Hello everyone, this is Demari and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing the September read for 2019 for the sign of Leo. So just to let you know that I'll be doing a Celtic cross style layout. I'll be using the Wild Online Tarot and then I'll be using the Intuitive Tarot to clarify any messages where needed. So let's just get stuck in. So what I want to address first of all is where you're at currently. So what have you got going on right now, Leo? Okay, so you have the Daughter of Wands in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, because this is the Page of Wands in reverse, I feel like your sense of adventure may be coming back, but you haven't taken any steps towards that, if that makes sense, for some of you. For some of you, I feel like you're hesitant to start the next chapter of your life because you're still closing out various aspects that no longer serve. But going into September, that will become much clearer and a lot of those burdens will start to be lifted. I feel like you're about to embark on something new. It could be in relation to your work, because I know that many of you are really stepping up into this position that you've been offered, or this project that you're embarking on. So it could be in relation to your work, or it could be that you're about to travel. It could be that you're about to start a new relationship. Could be just that you're going to really just go on an adventure in terms of finding yourself, okay? So we'll clarify that anyway, okay? So let's just keep going for now. But it's definitely the start of a new chapter for you. So let's have a look in regards to the challenge that's currently crossing you. And you've got the Ten of Swords. So yeah, it's really... in order to start this new chapter, you have to let go of those things that belong in the last one, that are not, that came from before, and that don't have a place where you're headed. Okay, so into the next chapter that you're stepping into, there are certain things from your past that don't have a place in your future, basically. So you have to let them go. So then, I mean, what happened in your recent past? What is it that you're letting go of? Tower in reverse. So yeah, I feel like that stagnation with circumstance or individual, you're just letting go of that, okay? You're having to let go, even though you feel like you're still dealing with certain aspects of that, you're having to let go in order to move forward, okay? Because they were holding you back. So now you've just kind of, rather than forcing things, you kind of just said your piece. They didn't act, and therefore you just walked away, pretty much. So it's like a tower moment without the big crash, okay? And then what about your future then? Ah, the Chariot, I like. So you really are moving forward. Like, you're not going to spend much more time with this circumstance or individual, okay? Whatever it is that's going on for you, Leo, you're just going to move forward because you just don't have time for it. Simply as, you know, you've wasted enough time in your mind as it is. So it's time to really get moving forward and get with the program, because, you know, you're moving on to bigger and better things, and if people aren't going to come along with you, then they have to be left behind. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're just charging forward towards your goals, which is great, right? That's what you need to do. So that's good to see, Leo. So then, what in regards to this aspect is within your power to control, right? To affect. Five of Swords in reverse. So yeah, that disconnect may be a little bit stinging in the beginning. It may sting a little emotionally. So I feel like it is more likely from a person. But you will be fine in the end. You know that it's going to suck in the beginning because there'll be things that you miss about this person, but your mind is sharp enough to rationalize it and know that it's for the best, okay, and that it will serve you in the long run to just move forward without this person. So you have that awareness. I feel that's really already there, and it's up to you how you go about severing that communication, right? Because I feel like that's what you're going to do. Because every time you communicate with this person, they just try and keep you back into this mode of indecision. So you're just going to sever that communication so that you can just keep moving forward. So what about in terms of your feelings then? How do you feel about what's happening in relation to this individual? Yeah, Three of Swords. So you feel multiple things at the same time. You're relieved that the situation is coming to an end, but it does sting, right? That's the impression I get with this. Like, it does hurt, but you're glad that there's gonna be a solution, because you're just sick of just being stuck in the rut with it. Okay, so you just, even though you know it's gonna suck emotionally for a little while, and it's gonna take time to just like get used to the changes. You would rather deal with that than be where you were. So that's what I see there. And what about in terms of the advice then? What's in the advice position for you, Leo? Mother of Cups in reverse. So don't allow your emotions to dictate how you move forward from this circumstance, because that's kind of what was holding you back previously, because you felt something towards this person quite strongly. You wasn't able to just let them go, but now you know that this is what you have to do. You know it's the right thing to do in order to move forward with your life and to really take care of yourself. It's important that you don't second guess that decision based on how you're feeling, because you're missing this person, because it hurts, that you're not together anymore. Stay strong, okay? That's the message there. You need to take care of yourself in this time, and don't let them guilt trip you in any way, okay? Because you need to take care of yourself. So what about in terms of external influences then? It could be this person, it could be other people, or other things in relation to this circumstance. So you've got the Son of Swords in reverse, so that's the Knight of Swords in reverse. So it's their inaction that's led to this situation, right? So if they're looking for someone to blame, if they're looking to lay any guilt on anyone, it's themselves that they need to look at, okay? They need to look in the mirror, because they're the ones that caused this to begin with. It was their indecision, it was their lack of interest in trying to bring some kind of closure to the situation that brought this whole situation into being to begin with, right? So they need to address themselves, okay? Don't allow them to put any blame or pressure on you. That's something they need to square with themselves, okay? So then, what about in terms of your hopes and fears? So I want to pull 2 cards for this usually. Sometimes 4 comes out, but generally 2. Okay, so I feel like this is your fear and this is your hopes, okay? So this is how I pull, so hopes, fears. Your fear is of this huge change that's coming up. You know that your life is about to change on every level, okay? Like I said, you're starting a fresh new chapter. So I feel like there's some anxiety with that, because you've just been in this complacent state of being for so long that now you're out of it and you're free. You're just like, okay, well, what do I do now? That's the energy I feel like you're going to be sitting in for a little while. In the beginning, but I think you'll overcome that because, Leo, you're headstrong anyway. But your fear is that you're not going to know what to do next, or that, I think your fear of the unknown is what's kind of sitting just beneath the surface of this situation, and what's also added to your complacency this far, because it's just so many variables up in the air for you. You're just I have no idea what's going to happen, right? It's just like I'm stepping into unknown territory. I have no idea. So that's what's worrying you, I feel. And then in your hopes, you have the Lovers in reverse and the Magician in reverse. I feel like what you really want is to take a step back from any kind of romantic relationship at this time and really pour that energy and time and love into yourself. That's what I feel with this combination. That you've been putting other people's or this other person's feelings above your own, and that now you feel like it's the time to really just pour all of that love and understanding into yourself, right? That's your hopes. That's what you're hoping to do moving forward. And I absolutely agree. Like, I think you should do that, Leo. It's really important that you balance yourself, that you give yourself the nurturing that you need, right? And you are very capable of doing that. So, yeah, do that. That's my advice to you. So let's have a look then about the overall outcome for this circumstance for next month. Okay, and you have Mother of Wands. Why is that coming up all the time? It just makes me laugh. Mother of Wands, of course. So that's really positive, okay? So that's saying that this nurturing that you need, this self-love, this need for really taking care of yourself on all levels, is what you're going to be moving into and really embodying, okay? That's self-love and self-nurturing, healing, and just creating a sense of wholeness, I feel, wholeness within yourself, okay? Because you feel whole, that's not the problem, it's just this circumstance has kind of just been taking its toll on you, it's been draining. So now you just want to, like, instead of pouring your energy into this person and this circumstance, you're just going to be pouring all of that back into yourself, into preparing yourself for this journey that you're about to embark on. It doesn't have to be a physical one. It could be in terms of your work, obviously living situation, just how you go about your life. You're going to change your routine up. You know, you're going to live very differently moving forward, Leo. You're going to start feeling more like yourself again, I feel, overall. And that's very positive. So I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm not sure there's anything I really need to clarify because it's so related to your previous read, especially in regards to your relationship and I feel like your work, because I feel like this is very much related to your work as well, that you're going to be starting a new venture, maybe within your company, maybe you're going to go into partnership with someone, but you're also going to invest a lot of time in taking care of yourself on all levels, and you're just going to leave this person, this toxic situation behind. So that's good, that's really positive, glad to hear it. So I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, do let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I look forward to doing your next read. I'm really curious what it is that you move towards, actually, so that'll be interesting to see. So until next time, Leo, take care.